slower than a grimy slug, but more powerful than a locomotive, able to fling paint miles away, with his troll of a weapon, who barrage through in a straight sight, the rolling inkling. Oh damn, forgot the gong. Dynamo! An inkling that would strike fair and foes with his mighty roller, disguised as a mild-mannered avatar, DrFeelGood.
What's up, everyone? Once again, we are back. This is OGL number 9. And tonight, just like last week, I don't know who the hell's going to pop in here. I really don't. Hell, some folks may even leave. But there are no designated topics for tonight. Well, probably one, and it's more of a trollish topic, but moving on. But let me go ahead and introduce my panelists from my left to my right. We're going to start out with Brownie.
The answer lies in the heart of the gamer. Hi, I'm Brownie. Nice to meet you.
All right. Next we got Alpha Disciple, a.k.a. Double M.
Yo, what's up? And as always, it's Alpha Disciple, and as always, I'm learning from situations, solving equations, finding new solutions is always my resolution, bringing change about my life. This is my revolution at times. It can cause confusion, but the experience is necessary for my evolution. Who's next?
You know what? Who the hell can follow that up, man? You need to stop ruining people's intros. Next we got Kenoshi.
PlayStation VR, the new PlayStation 32X.
Dude, how you gonna troll on the intro? Damn.
PlayStation 32X Virtual Boy Edition is the future. It will sell millions. It will save Sony as a company. It'll save them from their debt. And Godspeed, Sony. Godspeed.
Boy, you got to stop. Boy, you stop watching.
That was the biggest troll intro of all time.
Boy, you got to stop watching The Matrix, man. That shit ain't real.
Oh yeah.
Next we got Neo Paleo Gamer.
Yeah, what's going on, YouTube? Let's get this thing started.
And last but not least, the guy with the amazing intro, Triple M.
The lone wolf in funds for games that pops out my artworks. Now let's get crazy, dogs.
All right. Well, as I said earlier, there are no, predetermined topics in this bitch tonight. But since Kenoshi wanted to get the podcast started before it got started, we'll go ahead and start out with the PlayStation VR and where it goes from there. Where it goes, people, I have no damn idea.
Virtual reality.
Oh hell. So, comments on the PlayStation VR and how its second screen experience is innovative.
You remember the Virtual Boy? Yeah, let's just not talk no more.
I just want to say that that PlayStation VR, I think they could have waited and released it as just the next generation console. And people say Nintendo needs to bring up the NX already. Well,
It's a piece of shit screen that goes over your eyes.
It's the PlayStation 4U.
No. What's the cool thing about PlayStation for you?
It's Sony's debt being put on store shelves. That's what it is.
So I don't understand. It's using that fantastic OLED display that 1080p in each eye. 15 frames per second.
I just can't wait to see how this is going to work out, man. I got my camcorder ready. I can't wait to see people on the street trying to play this stuff and throwing up.
And going home like they just had a hangover. Or like they just got smashed drunk off their face. TV. That screen up in your face like that, yeah. Just
It's like a roller coaster, but on the go.
I'll stick with my 3DS, thanks.
And I thought Sony wanted to survive this generation, but I don't know.
Oh, shit, you wrong for that, man.
Sony just does not make smart decisions. This is like with their position right now to invest in something like VR, which is proven to which is a proven form of entertainment that the world is just not ready for yet.
More like the world is ready for it, but specifically with gaming, I see that.
Well, with gaming, it's just for gaming, it's just not ready for it yet. You know what the problem is? The problem is that these companies are realizing finally that the graphics just aren't going to take them. Well, the graphics just aren't going to take them as far as they need to go. There's just how much better looking can you make these games? So they're trying to find different ways to try and be more quote-unquote innovative, because they're trying to find ways to be more quote-unquote, as they say, innovative. But then you got the problem of it being is just what is innovative to people? Because innovation came out during the Wii, but then innovation came out during the Wii, but everyone downplayed it. I mean, I know it sold 100 million, but everyone downplayed it to the point where it got a bad rep. So it just depends until we as gamers are ready to show our hand of what kind of until we as gamers are willing to actually embrace change, we're going to see piss poor failed attempts at change. Because since the inception of dual analogs, there has been no permanent change to a controller that hasn't become a permanent mainstay in gaming as a whole. So you look at the whole industry, like the only one who really fits that mold is Nintendo. But Nintendo can't account for Sony and Microsoft, and they can't account for Sony and Microsoft's fans. So until gamers are ready to accept a change, until gamers are ready to accept a permanent change in how they interact with video games, we're going to keep seeing these bullshit attempts. We're going to continue to see them. Then they're not going to stop. And I'm sorry, but the VR is just a bullshit attempt.
And what's funny is that I heard that it's got 1,000% increase in stock.
I don't care. I actually don't care.
The investors will think that it's going to. Keyword here is think.
I mean, dude, but seriously, who in here is gonna buy that shit?
Rich bastards and screaming children.
Not me. I got it.
Well, rich bastards for parents.
Listen, most of the gamers hyping this thing up aren't gonna buy it. I tell you that much.
Yeah, gamers aren't.
They're gonna hype it up now, and then when it comes out, the day after it comes out, they're just gonna be like, what's this VR bullshit?
I mean, gaming is already expensive hobby as it is, so let alone these systems, $300 system. Now on top of that, people are hyping up a $400 add-on.
Yeah, that's asinine, man. That's asinine. In my opinion, like I always bring up the 32X because it was Sega's they were desperate about keeping the Genesis relevant, so they made all these add-ons so that they bring new life to the Genesis, but they didn't last too long and it cost way too much for it at the time, and the games weren't particularly that great. Well,
so if Sony want to drown in their own stupidity, then that's their business. And if the gamers want to help, and if the gamers want to continue to help them sink and anchor them down like crabs in a barrel, then that's also their business.
It's just to me, they're doing the same thing they did with PS2, PS3. They're trying to push a format. Only this time, it truly is unnecessary, and we're not ready for it.
Well, I can't. Like I said, I can't fully blame Sony because, like I said before, gamers haven't every effective change that has come to how we interact with games. We don't accept it. Like the Wii was a brilliant transition. I mean, it wasn't just the Wii remote where you had the motion controls and everything like that. You also could have standard controllers in there and all that kind of stuff. But people, third party, the only one who was really making good use of it was Nintendo. Third party weren't making that great. Not most of third party weren't making that great use of it. I mean, this controller could have literally changed the game for how we play FPSs, and it proved to work. But was there any good use made out of it? No. There was only a few games that really utilized. There's only really a few games that really made good utilization of the motion controls, and now we've got the Wii U gamepad here, which you don't even have to make massive use of it to get a good use out of. You could just literally put off TV play on your games. That's a good use of the controller in itself. But third party don't want to develop for the system at the end of the day, and no one really wants to buy the Wii U or accept it for what it is at the end of the day, until we can accept a permanent change in the way we interact with games for the better. Gaming is never going to move forward, and like I said, you're going to see these failed attempts that companies like Sony are doing. So I can't fully blame Sony. I blame gamers as a whole, because this is what we allow to happen.
Yep.
I agree, man. It's depressing. What depresses me the most about this, like I said, I've already encountered people on Google Plus, and nothing against people that, I mean, if you want what you want, I get it. We all have our vices. If you're interested in it, I don't have anything personal against you. But what saddens me is that people are licking this shit up and know very little about it, if anything at all. All they know is VR and it's new. It's like, use your heads. Do you put your cell phone with its 1080p screen right in front of your face? Then if you think about it, you're not. This is not something you're going to be able to do constantly. And then on top of that, oh gosh, the PS4 barely has any dedicated games to the console. What the hell makes you think that the VR is going to have any more dedicated games than the console itself?
But Dr. Phil got all that third-party exclusive content. Yeah, forget about all that third-party content on the.
I got it. You know what? I'm of here. I have comments. I will leave it at that. With that being said, you cannot claim shit is exclusive if it ends up on PC, damn it. You cannot claim it's exclusive if it goes to your last generation console. So guess what, people? Persona 5 is not exclusive. It's not. It is not exclusive. Just like other games like Tomb Raider. It's not exclusive. It went to PC. It may be a console exclusive, but it's not an exclusive game. Let me tell you what's exclusive. Bayonetta 2. You want to know what else is exclusive? Super Mario 3D World. No one has even got any. You won't see emulation for that for a good 10 years. And even that's more or less illegal because Nintendo finds that they'll shut that shit down. But but those are exclusives. You cannot get them in any shape or form anywhere else. That's what a fucking exclusive is.
But hey, we got choices now, right?
That's choices my ass. You know what? I got choices in the console I want to buy. I got plenty of choices. And if I go right now to my closet, I got about 50 games for my Wii U. I got plenty of choices. And guess what? I would say about a good 60 to 70% of those games are fully exclusive. And I don't mean to Nintendo consoles. I mean to the Wii U.
Oh, come on. Oh, snap! I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm just simply saying that in terms of exclusivity, trust me, people. If you have interest in the VR, nothing against you. But open your eyes. If they can barely even get out exclusive games for the PS4, believe me when I say that the VR is going to have even less games that are exclusive. And what's more than likely going to happen is the same shit they're doing with, HD remaster games. All they're going to do is add patches in a few key games and say, oh, in Grand Theft Auto 5, we added a patch to where if you wear the VR helmet or whatever, or the visor, when you're in first-person mode, you'll feel like you're the actual person. They're not going to make many dedicated games where the VR is required. And if they do, they're going to be.
You still need to pay for the PlayStation camera to use it as well.
Yeah, so basically, to use this VR thing, let's say you don't have the system. PlayStation 4, $400. PlayStation camera, $50. PlayStation VR, $400. And you're also going to need the PlayStation Plus membership to play online because most games today are online. And guess what? Even when you spend this kind of money, that's already over $900. Guess what? You still don't have any fucking games. You got to go buy games too.
Oh yeah, and people getting burnt in the process. Priceless.
Oh come on! This is like for the people that already has a PS4, so they only have to pay half the price.
No, they have to pay.
I wouldn't have marketed as much.
Actually, it was priced at $400, right?
Yeah, I actually meant instead of just buying the PS4 and the VR and the camera, because they already have the PS4, it's kind of like half the price.
Well,
Wow.
okay, so they still need $500. They need to buy the VR, which is $400. They have to have the PlayStation camera, which is $50. So that's $450 already. Most games are online centric, so $60. And then you have to buy. And let's say you want to buy a game that's basically built from the ground up for VR, even though this shit's not going to happen. It's not. That's going to cost you at least about $50 or $60. So you're looking at already over $500. You add a little tax in there, about $600 just to use this VR if you already got a PlayStation 4. Fuck that.
Yeah, talking about this console is depressing, man.
Well, it's
That's the worst thing. It's $400, and it's not even a console. It's a freaking peripheral.
Neo, I kind of know what you're doing. I just don't want to say you're doing something else. But let me just tell you, man. You get a little crazy with your stick. I need you to calm the hell down, man. I know you were dizzy, but calm the hell down.
Just wait for it.
My gosh.
By the way, Neo, you're muted. Just so you don't know.
I'm sorry. I sometimes.
I'm sorry. I got dizzy and
We know it was obvious the way you beat your stick and buttons.
It's not the stick's fault. Poor baby.
Gosh.
Oh, stop.
But I guess we can move on to something less depressing.
TMNT.
That's
what?
That's less
TMNT.
depressing.
You said TMNT?
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to that game, and guess what? I'm gonna get it on the last gen console.
What?
Yeah.
You mean that thing's coming on the PS3?
Yeah.
It's coming to everything. It's coming to everything but Nintendo systems, practically.
Man, I'm hyped. That game is.
It looks damn
So
good. I
good.
can't lie, and it's by Platinum. I trust them, and I'm seriously gonna buy it on the PS3 or the Xbox 360, because that way, no mandatory install and no wait time to play it. I pop it in, I hit start, people.
I'm gonna let y'all finish. The best TMNT is still Turtles in Time.
Kiss my ass.
Nothing. Yeah, I'm sorry. This new one is
The
not.
best
going to surpass Turtles in Time.
The best TMNT is Tournament Fighters on the Super NES.
The best TMNT is the NES one.
No.
Oh,
Well,
wait.
which one?
There's
If
two
it's
of
the,
them.
if it's the
You
no,
gotta
it's
be more
three.
specific.
It's three of them. 1, 2, and 3. Because 3 was the Manhattan Project, and 2 was I forgot what it was called.
What about what about the one Activision did, Out of the Shadows?
Yeah, that was.
It was, you know what? On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 5, 5.5, and here's why. The concept was great, but to me, the controls, someone didn't think that through that good. I mean, they really didn't, because it looked like it was going for like a Batman Arkham City combat system, but then they mapped it to the damn analog stick. And I'm sitting here like, dude, what the fuck? Like, this is not easy to pull off these combos. It really isn't. So it was cool. The moves were cool. But it's like, no, it just wasn't that easy to control in terms of like pulling off the special attacks and things like that, the combos. But it was a decent title. I played the demo of it, and it was cool. But I think they kind of dropped the ball when it came to controls, man. And you know what? And this is a little bit off topic, but the new TMNT movie that's coming out later this year, it has the same name as an Activision title. So I'm wondering how was there any type of copyright they had to deal with on that? The movie coming out is called Out of the Shadows, and I was like, did you guys pay for that from Activision? Because
Fuck.
Okay, Neo, I'm gonna go ahead and ask what happened. We know they caused that outburst.
Someone spamming, most likely.
To my viewers out there, you have to forgive Neo. He's preoccupied at the time in a very in a positive way, I guess. I mean, besides the button noise.
I'm sorry.
Hey, better that than Mario Maker.
I'm surprised.
I gotta go with the Mario Maker.
I even sent him a level.
I'll get to it sometime tomorrow.
Wow, that is very surprising.
Yeah, and this is a guy that has about 600 hours in Mario Maker, and yet you send him a level, and yet he hasn't played it yet, but he keeps begging me to play the game.
and that crack has been passed to me because I haven't been playing it lately.
Come on, dude.
The stages are awesome. The ones I've found, I mean.
I don't give a shit what you guys say, man. Still, the #1 game of this generation is Splatoon.
Get the fuck out.
#1 game this generation is Splatoon.
Was that to the doctor? Or to the game, or to the player, Neo?
Yeah, no, that was to Doc.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Let me tell you why. Motion control, a shooter game built around gyroscopic controls, gives you that same type of deep gameplay. It's very simple, but deep at the same time. Easy to pick up, hard to master. Even Call of Duty players can enjoy this game and get into it. Very, very balanced.
Well,
But Splatoon is the game of the generation, man. Give a fuck what you guys say.
What I want to see.
Mine would have been.
Well, I want to see
high jump, but.
Oh shit! Did you just? Oh no, you did.
Dude, that hurt me so bad.
Well, let me ask you this seriously, because this is a good topic. But Splatoon is still the shit though. But
sure.
But okay, I won't lie.
Yes.
I hadn't really put too much focus into the online aspect of that game, even though I was looking forward to it. It wasn't my primary focus. So I'm not pissed off like most people are, but I do see why most people are pissed off really bad and not wanting to buy the game now, because it's bullshit that every platform is gonna have it except the Wii U, and it's like, you basically gave us an online Metroid kind of game, and you took that away from us. You really took that away from us, and it's for a dumbass reason. You can't tell me you get this done in time. You can't tell me that.
The,
Hold on. Is that Axiom Verge?
no,
Not
no,
Axiom
no.
Verge. Some game that's on PC. I forgot what it was called.
That guy actually retweeted. I mean, replied because I talked to him.
And what did he say, pray tell? I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
What kind of lame ass excuse did he give?
The Wii U only supports 56K dollar.
You know, you're a dick.
But
yeah,
I'm
I
just
think
saying.
I think it's wrong that once again they found a way to shaft an entire console fan base. It's like, dude, how much harder would it be to incorporate that in the Wii U? I mean, we're talking about 14 million consoles sold. I'm pretty sure you can get about 1 million downloads at least.
Okay, this is from the people. This is from the. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Brownie.
Okay, this is from the Hive Jump Twitter account. It says, "Hey, we're getting some details posted on the Kickstarter page and a few of the sites that shared the quote. We know it looks like a casual decision from the single quote, but it's much more complex. One guy from the developer said, I understand the disappointment. We had to make some tough calls about many features in the game. We still believe that there will be a lot of gameplay, procedural levels, upgrade weapons, challenge rooms, power-ups, etc. That's it."
Yeah, it sounds like he's bullshitting basically. So you have to make a lot of tough calls. So how many platforms is this game on?
Just two.
What game is this?
Just two.
Is it just two, PC and Wii U?
Yep.
What game is this?
Hive Jump.
Brian Takashi, could you find that article of Time Jump on Nintendo Everything? Because that's where he actually explains what's the real thing that was behind this choice, which I actually wish they said that from the beginning, so they wouldn't have this backlash. I don't know why. I thought every indie developer would have learned the mistakes from Slightly Mad Studios.
How old is the article?
It's from March 14th, it's like 3 days ago.
Okay, I'll look it up.
I don't know, man. I mean, of course, I'm not as mad as I was when it came to the whole Project Cars thing with Slightly Mad Studios, but even still, it just feels like, how can you do it for one and not the other?
Yeah, I got it. Here's the article. Or should I say, here's the post that he made.
Okay.
A rather long one. Matt Rachel from the dev team here. It's a drag that. All right, someone mute Neo here. Thank you. It's a.
There.
I just got game over on survival, so it's all good. Because Nash got a stupid ass hitbox.
Jeez, man, you really enjoy playing with your stick over there, don't you?
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Here.
I don't want your stick. Your stick is your stick. You play with your own stick.
Well, moving on. It's a drag that the only snippet you saw shared was one of me referring the Wii U as a party platform, which implied it wasn't worth online co-op support. Forgive that oversimplification. There is definitely more to it. Nintendo Everything has always been a fan of ours. In fact, they broke the news that we were coming to the Wii U in the first place. So I want to share a bit more light on this for the readers and fans. Online play for Wii U has been an interest for Hive Jump, but not something we could guarantee at the onset. So we listed that as one of the first facts we posted on our campaign site. We explored it thoroughly and deeply over the last year. We've refactored our code several times to optimize and improve to explore this feature. We looked at other titles and we talked to fellow devs about their own struggles with online play. We evaluated other tools to provide any efficiency we could uncover. In the end, we had to make a tough choice about a stark reality. Online multiplayer for the Wii U was going to be beyond our scope for this release due to time and budget constraints placed on our team. Sadly, all of our efforts that went into this decision was shortened to a snippet which excluded the good stuff. Our level generation system, the weapons, the aliens, the lore, gamepad support, the boss, relics, and all the other great systems we're proud of on Wii U. Yeah, rest assured there will be a robust and worthwhile local co-op experience as well as single-player mode on Wii U. We've also reserved focus for other features exclusive to the platform, such as the gamepad controller, amiibo support, and special relic rooms, which you will only get on Wii U. Those of you that played the game at PAX Prime and Indiecade who have jumped the early levels of the Hive with your buddies nearby. We hope you agree that Hive Jump still has a lot to offer Wii U players. Thanks for hearing me out.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that game is really good, I'll swallow my pride. But I'm still mad.
I can kind of understand where they're coming from, because you're talking about an indie team who's developed a game for PC. When you're developing on the online infrastructure, when you're developing an online game for PC,
bullshit. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. I'm trolling here a little bit, but let me tell you why I think that's bullshit. In a sense, I understand as well, but there's another small indie team that did a damn good job on a recent release, although it had a little bug in it. And Mr. Neo.
What?
Now,
yeah, but that's
a small ass indie team, and they seem to nail 1080p. What was it? Was it 8 players online? And yet you can't handle damn online co-op.
You mean
well,
Rumble?
you can. Well, you got to look at it also like this. That's not their first online game on the Wii U. That's their set. You know, they've made an online game on the Wii U already, so they know what they already have knowledge of the online infrastructure for the Wii U and how it's set up. It's not set up like Microsoft or Sony's where they have their own service, like where they have their own like dedicated service.
Stop making excuses for these bastards, man.
I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying the reality of the situation. There are a lot of developers, and there are a lot of developers, and I attribute this to mainly the indie developers that just don't understand how to really code for every system out there, and they just don't have the resources to do it.
Well, they say they reached out to other damn people.
Huh?
They said in the article that they reached out to other developers. So now what's the excuse?
Well, they were probably just finding a way that they could do it with the resources they had. I'm not saying yes, it's not fair that the Wii U version doesn't have it, but all I'm saying is that I give a bit more bly to the indie developers because I understand resource-wise they don't always have all the resources and the knowledge that they need.
All right. You fucking convinced me, man. I'll let it go.
Frozen let it go.
Go on.
No, I was saying Frozen let it go.
I will also point out the fact that for some bloody reason these and I air quotations journalists for some reason just picked on the 1 or 3 sentence that's something we were felt like the platform certainly is a party platform, which it's like the one that reported this type of news really wanted to throw a smudge on these developers if it's like anything that has with the Wii U or Nintendo. So this thing got so overblown that it really didn't have to.
I agree.
I think journalists just probably put it out to make it look like the Wii U was this difficult console to implement online gaming into.
Yeah,
And if you're going to use an indie developer as an example, then that's a poor example. Nothing against the indie developer, but that's an indie developer. Like I said, they're not going to have the resources. They're not necessarily going to have the resources to develop things like, because online to develop the online portion of a game, that's almost like developing a whole new game in itself, and it's costly and it's difficult, and it can be difficult, especially depending on the online framework you have to work with, you know. So when you're talking an indie team who don't always have that kind of money and don't always have those kind of resources, then, you know, it's not the best example to use to try and make out like the Wii U's hard to develop online games for. You know, you know, use a company that actually has the money and resources to implement those things.
Okay. Well, yeah, like I said, if the game is really good, I might bite, but not day one.
You put that out there, not day one, huh?
Yeah, it's everyone's choice at the end of the day. I'm making a conscious decision not to buy Twilight Princess HD.
Oh, why is that?
Because
He already has the game.
Case in point.
Well, unlike Wind Waker HD, the thing with Wind Waker HD is that Wind Waker HD was actually a remake. Twilight Princess HD is just a remaster. But
no, I've actually heard they actually added some things to the game as well.
Yeah, they did add some things to the game. But well, that's what a remaster is. It's like mastering music. When you master music, you know, you're taking out all the little rough edges and stuff like that. So if you're remastering something, you're just redoing that with better technology now.
I mean, but them adding the gyroscopic controls to the game, I mean, that's a great feature, I would think.
It's, to be honest, it can't top using the Wii remote to point your bow and arrow, in my opinion. And to me, it's just because of the fact that the Wii, there's things that just don't justify Twilight Princess HD for me. For one, Wii U is backwards compatible, so I can get the Wii version for cheap and still play it. Two, the graphical, I understand what they were doing. It's just a remaster. It's not a complete remake. And I understand they want to keep the aesthetics of the game, you know. But for me, the graphics, I'll be honest, you know, it's just, I feel they could have done better in that area, and I just feel there just isn't enough change in the game for me to transition over. Like with Wind Waker HD, they made certain things so much more convenient, like going through your items, you didn't have to keep pausing the game and all that kind of stuff.
You know what? I can completely agree with that, because although with Wind Waker
HD,
they added so much.
And also as well, Wind Waker HD was an actual remake. Like that game was remade from the ground up using the old. That game was basically remade from the ground up, just using the game's assets, the game's original assets, and they more or less made a whole new game. Like you can tell when you look at the two games side by side that Wind Waker HD is just on a whole new level. When you put Twilight Princess and Twilight Princess HD side by side, yeah, you can see where the Wii U's power comes into play compared to the original Twilight Princess version. But you know,
it's not monumentally different.
Yeah, and that's what it is for me. Like Wind Waker HD, there was enough change in there for me to justify the purchase. Twilight Princess HD, if they kept the motion controls in there, then I would have probably bought it. Knowing that the Wii motion controls was a big thing for me in the original Twilight Princess game, because I loved, you know, using the Wii remote as the pointer and, you know, using it for fishing and stuff like that. You know, knowing that they were a big thing for me in the game and knowing that they're not there, it's just not going to be the same experience. And in all honesty, I feel I would rather just pick up a copy of the game for like £10.
Yeah, I can understand.
The Wii version.
Well, I would say this. I think the purpose for Wind Waker HD was to really give us a GameCube classic game But it was also one of the most
But that's another thing as well. The difference with Wind Waker HD is that I couldn't put a GameCube game in my Wii U and play it. I can put the Wii version of Twilight Princess in my GameCube and play that.
And that was the point I was gonna make, is that, like you, I can see your point of why it wasn't like when Twilight Princess HD was not really as big as as necessary, or had the biggest impact.
And don't get me wrong. Twilight Princess is one of my favorite Zelda games. It's my second favorite Zelda game.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just simply saying that I can see why it doesn't have as much impact as Wind Waker HD does, because that game was basically a GameCube exclusive game, whereas Twilight Princess was on 2 consoles, the GameCube and the Wii.
Mm-hmm.
And like you say, you can just take, if you still have the game on the Wii, you can just put it in your Wii U. You won't have the upgraded visuals, but even still, you can play essentially the same damn game.
And in all honesty, even with the outdated visuals, the game still looks good.
Yeah, it does. It does. And so but I can see your point though, where it won't have the impact as Wind Waker HD. Just like, for example, if they were to take like some of the even older games, like the SNES versions or whatever, and remake those into like either GameCube-esque, or even like remake them to be Wii U titles from the ground up, that would have a bigger impact, because you couldn't get those games any other way, and they were really, really, really old. Whereas Twilight Princess is like, you really can you can go to a used game store, buy it. It's going to be sort of an inflated price, but you can buy it and pop it in your Wii U and still play it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Dr. Feelgood, I'm going to let you finish. But now that Mr. Red Fox is here, I can say this. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
What the hell?
I don't get the joke.
I think he's talking about the TMNT Platinum game.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
No, I thought you hated that song, Red.
I do. I was a little kid. Anyone who's in my age group, we thought that was cool at the time, but now we're like, fuck Ice-T.
Can you
Rob Van Winkle.
Red, can you please tell these guys that Turtles in Time is the best TMNT game?
Yep. No, it's not. The best. I said the best one was Tournament Edition on Super NES.
No, you're both wrong.
It's a tie. You both lose.
The hell with you, man.
No. I'm gonna tell you why tournament. I'm gonna tell you why Tournament Edition isn't, because the one on the Super Nintendo basically, it was a Street Fighter 2 clone, which means it wasn't terrible, but like, we wanted another beat 'em up, and they made a fighting game, which is that's a strike against it. Turtles in Time on the SNES is a really good game, but
it's all about that final fight, baby.
Yeah,
well, no. What I was going to say, if you want to play, like, okay, let me put it this way: SNES version, the SNES version of Turtles in Time is great. It's a great port, but you gotta play the original in the arcade. You gotta play the original.
Well, I guess MAME will have to do the arcade emulator will have to do.
It's close. Although, like I said, Turtles in Time is like one of the best beat 'em ups ever made. Period. So, I mean, it's not a bad game. You have nothing to be ashamed of if you have it in your library.
I even have the Genesis version of that game. It's called Hyperstone Heist. I have that too.
Yeah, that doesn't. Sorry, that doesn't count. It's either Turtles in Time or nothing else.
I would say it runs faster. I mean,
yeah, because that bullshit blast processing. But Turtles in Time has better cutscenes, better sound modulation, better controls. It's got more cohesive level transitions, better cutscenes. Just better.
Yeah.
So Hyperstone Heist is like a really good version of
TMNT 3?
No, Mutants in Manhattan. Yeah, it's like a really good version of Mutants in Manhattan, which is nice, but it's just a really nice port of Mutants in Manhattan. That was an NES game. Good job, Sega. You got a good port of an NES game.
Hold on, but isn't that the name of the new one coming out too?
I was about to say.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some copyright claims with that name coming from Sega, probably.
Could be, but you know what? It just proves one thing: no matter how good Platinum is, they'll never come close to creating a beat 'em up as awesome as Turtles in Time, because that shit was tight, son.
You know what? I'll laugh if you end up being wrong, and this shit ends up being way better.
No, listen. I'm gonna get the game. I'm gonna get the game. I've seen the trailer. It looks nice, but it's got too much. It's got too much of that new cartoon show in it.
Who's getting Pokemon tournament?
Oh, I'm getting mine tomorrow morning, baby.
I'm gonna get it, but I'm not getting it now.
Don't even mention that. I'm struggling with that.
Hold on, why are you struggling?
I don't have money, man.
Oh shit.
Dude.
I thought it was something else.
No.
I'm thinking like, I kind of want it, but I'm not so
I'm
sure.
struggling because I want it, but I can't have it.
Dude, you better
Man,
game all
you
that shit.
sound like it's a fine bitch you want to go with, but she just,
Putting out.
I
Sort
want
of.
it, but I just
Sort of.
can't.
Sort of.
Her daddy's got a shotgun and he's mean. I don't know, man. I just can't. I don't want to take the chance.
I mean, the Pokemon tournament, the live show tournament, it ended like a few minutes ago.
I just finished watching some video where this guy, so I guess he's been playing it, and he said he came across like the world's best Suicune player. The dude's 99-1.
Oh wow.
And he's like he could barely get a hit in. It's like just like with Smash Brothers, you won't know how to really fine tune and balance the game until you get into the hands of millions of players. So I'm expecting Pokken to get more than a few patches after its release.
You know what Pokemon's gonna do for Nintendo?
So there was a guy with 99-1 wins. So there's a guy out there who's scarier than that guy.
Well, that probably was his first match that he lost. To be honest, you never know. It could have been he lost due to a technicality, like maybe he lost connection. Because when in Nintendo games they have that are online centric, even if you lose the connection, it counts as a loss. Period. Even if it's not your fault.
Well, I mean, let me put it this way. I like the idea of Pokken tournament. You can see the care and attention that Namco Bandai put into making this game.
Namco.
Namdai, Bamco, whatever the hell their name is nowadays. They change their name faster than one of those dudes who's like, I'm Muslim, I'm not Muslim, I'm this, that, and the other. Man, pick a name, stick with it. But anyway, what I'm saying is this. Seeing the care and attention that Namco Bandai has put into this game, like it has a dynamite single player, like a really deep online multiplayer. The only thing I can think when looking at all the features and shit like that, I'm like, man, I wish you guys put that energy into a Soul Calibur.
Well, you know what though, and this is gonna sound really corny, and I completely get and understand that, but we all know Tekken 7 is coming to other consoles, not Nintendo's.
Yeah.
But, and I'm pretty sure you guys may already realize this. If I'm late, hey, I apologize. But Tekken, Pokken. I thought about that, and I was like, this is Nintendo. This is a Wii U's Tekken 7, essentially. It really is.
Pokemon tournament was meant to be a crossover between Tekken and. It was meant to be a spin-off of Tekken with using Pokemon instead of Tekken fighters.
But see, what I'm glad of is that it wasn't just Tekken with a damn skin on it. Like Pokken, they actually do say like the gameplay mechanics are a lot different. There's a lot more going forward. You can level up your characters and everything. So I said, so Nintendo basically took one of the most popular 3D fighting franchises the world over, made it into their own, and it's an exclusive IP at that. And it's an IP in which if they ever need to add characters, they can stop doing Pokemon right now and have 700 characters to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all fine and dandy. But like I said,
Yeah, but do you know what Pokken Tournament means for Nintendo as a business? They've got another game. This is another game that is added to the that is added to the Evo lineup. So this
Not
is
only that, but
Yeah, people are mad about that.
Nintendo finally has. Now people can't say, well, Smash Brothers is not a traditional fighter. Like, no, it's a fighting game. It's still considered one. But now Nintendo has their own exclusive 3D fighter. Because Smash Brothers is 2D. It may not ever go 3D.
It's not.
But this,
traditional though. That's the thing. I said Smash was not traditional 2D. That's different.
no, but people are still out there saying that it's not really a fighting game, and it is.
Well, I mean, yeah, but the thing is this: Smash Brothers, even though Sakurai made all these concessions for those douchebags who want to hijack the game from other people, Smash Brothers is a party game.
It's the NX of fighters.
Well, I mean, look, I don't know what the NX is, so I'm not gonna say it's the NX of fighters.
The NX of fighters.
But I mean, it's basically it's a party game, right? I mean, it's like basically Smash Brothers is the Mario Party or the Power Stone. Like no one who had a Dreamcast was like, man, I want to play a hardcore fighting game, 3D fighting game, and picked up and put Power Stone in. Like you played, like Power Stone was for fun. Your friends would grab a controller and you just sit there and have fun. That's the same thing with Smash Brothers. Now you playing Tekken or Soul Calibur, or I would say Dead or Alive, but fuck Dead or Alive. Look, man, I never really gave a shit about Tekken. I was a Soul Calibur dude, because Soul Calibur had swords. And
Soul Calibur is Tekken with weapons, so you do give a damn about Tekken.
Tekken, only care about.
Well, not really. Not really. Soul Calibur isn't Tekken with weapons. If you go into Soul Calibur thinking, I'm gonna play this like Tekken, you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Only care for like 3 games in the series.
Just like if you go into
though.
Tekken thinking Tekken is Soul Calibur without the weapons, and you play it like you're playing Soul Calibur, you're gonna get your ass kicked. They have 2 completely different fighting systems underneath the hood.
The only real difference is that Soul Calibur has the real 3D like seamless movement and the parry system. But if you think about it, you can butt mash in both games and pretty much get by.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, on the surface, you can butt mash. But here's the thing.
But Soul Calibur is a much deeper game. I will admit that, and it's much better than Tekken, and is much more enjoyable than Tekken.
But here's the thing, though. If you're playing someone who knows how to use their characters in Soul Calibur or Tekken, and you try that button mash shit, they can do parries and reversals and shit, and you're like, God damn, I thought I was a master. You ain't no master. You're just a student. The circle is now complete.
You know what I want to see, though? And this is going to sound dumb as shit, but I want to see. You know how they've been putting like eyeball characters, in Tekken games, like they had Spawn in one iteration. You had, Yoda and Darth Vader.
Not Tekken.
Captain Falcon.
Nah, but here's one character I want to see crossover
Captain
from
Falcon.
Tekken to Soul Calibur. Just for comedic purposes. Eddie.
Who?
I want to see his ass dance around with his feet doing capoeira and get his shit sliced off.
You mean Eddie from Street Fighter?
No, Tekken.
What, he used capoeira?
Yeah.
You must be talking about DJ. That's Street Fighter.
No,
I don't know.
the capoeira guy.
Yeah, Eddie is in or the new person is Christy. It looks like Jada.
Yes, Lord. Yes,
And they
Lord.
use their feet for all that shit.
Oh gosh, Christy is a J-Lo ripoff.
Yeah,
He seriously is.
I'm gonna put it like this. The reason I like Soul Calibur, not just because. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Those tacky and Ivy outfits were pretty damn sweet. But actually, the reason I liked it was because the first 3 games, Soul Blade, Soul Calibur, and Soul Calibur 2, had a really deep and involved story mode, and the multiplayer was pretty on point. We didn't have multiplayer, online multiplayer back then. We had local.
But also Soul Calibur 3 had a good story mode as well. But after that, the series went downhill.
Let me put it this way: Soul Calibur 3's solo like story mode was okay. It wasn't terrible. It got the job done, but the first three were pretty good. Like Soul Calibur, Soul Edge, Soul Calibur, Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 3, you could tell that they stopped putting a lot of money into the single player, but the guys did the best they could, but it just wasn't as good. Like, because literally in Soul Calibur 2, you literally had to get through like 90 special stages.
Yeah.
Like 90 damn, and that was just the mainline special stages. Then you could unlock special ones that were even more off the fucking wall. Like another 30, 40, and I mean it was insane. And then you went from that. I mean, Soul Calibur 3 was pretty cool. You could like make a character and level them up, and do kind of missions and stuff, and that was cool. But then they just said, "Fuck it, we don't care anymore." Soul Calibur 4, 5, that piece of shit that was 6, where it just had one character you could play as, one character story mode, and they were like, that's good enough for these bastards.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what though? I give Soul Calibur 5 way more credit than Street Fighter 5.
Well, hell, man, I flushed
I
something down my toilet an hour ago that was more work than Street Fighter 5.
Who played 5? Soul Calibur.
I got this shit from
played
Game. I got this shit from GameFly like day 1 and sent it back day 2.
Yeah, I played. Well, you probably played everything after that one day. I played the beta. I want to say.
The funny thing about Pokemon Tournament, it's named after. And the funny thing about Pokemon Tournament, it's named after Tekken, but its style is more akin to Soul Calibur.
Exactly. Like I said, every time I look at it, I'm like, I just wish I wish Namco Bandai wasn't so afraid to take a chance and just release. Like, they could do what they did during the GameCube gen. They could release a Soul Calibur specific game for the Wii U, a Soul Calibur specific game for the PS4.
You know what? I
Xbox
think
One.
do you remember when Iwata was talking about like a lot of third-party partnerships back in the day and things like that? I think this is what we're seeing examples of now, and I think going further, probably into their next generation stuff, we're going to see quite a few crazy little crossovers between Nintendo and third party. Like I believe maybe not this generation, but at some point I believe we're going to see a Fire Emblem crossover of Soul Calibur.
I was just
That'd be worth
thinking
it.
about that.
I mean, look, that'd be
The
cool.
Mirage game?
They got to give me a link in there.
Yeah,
Look,
just as a little bonus, throw Link and Ganondorf in
Give
there.
me Link, Ganondorf, and Zelda, and we'll be good. Okay? And you can have Zelda. You can have Sheik Zelda. I don't need Princess Zelda.
I'm good with Link and Ganondorf. To be honest, if Zelda wasn't there, I wouldn't be too pissed.
Now, the reason why is just because they all have forms that lend themselves well to Soul Calibur. Like Princess Zelda's got that, she's got the sheep form, which is like a fucking ninja. You've got Ganondorf. Give him that big ass sword from Smash Brothers Melee, or give him that glowing sword from Twilight Princess.
Even if you look at Ganondorf in Hyrule Warriors, the dude pretty much played like Cervantes from Soul Calibur.
You give him the two swords, he's totally boss badass. And Link, well, I mean, hell, it's Link. He he's got the Master Sword and the shield. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I was gonna say they bring back Sophia. I'm in.
Well, they had. I mean, I like Sophia, but she was kind of like a clone for her sister. So
she's my main, so they took her out. Well, I'm out.
I was like,
please be honest. Are you playing her because she's a good character? Even though she's a good character, are you playing her because she's a good character, or are you playing her because of those titty flaps?
At first it was, but then I learned
You got good with it.
and then yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like this. Like, Ivy is really awesome to look at, but I'm shit with her. It takes a lot for me to get good with her.
Ivy's quite technical. Ivy's one of those characters you really have to learn her combos in order to pull them off.
Well,
And that hard-ass combo one.
I'm not very good. I'm not very good with using her, but
she has some deadly combos though. When she has some deadly combos.
But I'm really good with the characters.
Ivy was my main.
Yeah, I was good with Tacky. I was good with Talon. Maxie. I was really good with Maxie. And not just because he was a button masher guy, but my go-to dude.
Pretty much that guy was just wild. Like you just.
Yeah, my go-to dude then was Mitsurugi.
Guys got the nunchucks and break dancing and shit and doing.
My go-to dude was Mitsurugi because basically Mitsurugi was like this motherfucker was just off the chain. Like Mitsurugi is one of those characters that when you first use him, you're thinking, okay, he's very well balanced. He's like one of the Marios of the game, like fairly well balanced. But once
he's basically Ryu.
Well, no, yeah, I was gonna say like he's like a Ryu, but then once you learn his stances and his technical skills, it's like, oh shit, this motherfucker can go toe to toe with all the other character classes. He's got a stance that lets him hit hard like a Astaroth or a Nightmare. He's got stances that make him faster. He's got stances where he's like one hit and he's fucking taking off a third of your health. Oh man, it's ridiculous.
You know what? I enjoyed playing as was Siegfried, and the reason why is because if you got hit with
sword,
he had a whole bunch of stances too. But the thing with Siegfried is that if you blocked his hit, either he knocked you back far where you could not really punish him, or it would knock you to a way where it knocks you in like to the side in a 3D like kind of plane or movement.
Yep.
Or it gave you guard stun. But if you got hit by one of his attacks, even like one or two hits, you were missing chunks of energy.
Yep. Like if someone was fighting you with Siegfried or Nightmare, and they knew Soul Calibur too, and you knew how to do those delayed attacks, where like because normally like if you're a beginner or intermediate with Siegfried or Nightmare, like you just complete the chain. But like really good people, they could do that thing where they'd stun you with a quick attack, make you look like an idiot trying to guard some shit, and reverse that shit and hit you from someplace else. You're like, God damn, you fucked me up, son. You know
who one of my favorite characters. You know, one of my favorite characters was Killick.
Yep, I like Killick. I like him a lot. I liked his ultimate weapon.
You know what it was for me with Killick. Like when the break dancing on someone's back, like the ground movie does it. Like he's break dancing on your back.
Yeah, I liked how he used that damn staff, that bow staff, and just like if you knew what you were doing with Killick, like Killick would fuck up people.
Killick's like, a combo master, like.
He's like, like bounce a dude in the air, like smash him down, jump up, hit him with that damn stick. I'm like, damn, Killick.
I think we can all agree that the one character that it was embarrassing to get beat by, but people that played with him knew how to play with him so well.
Yoshimitsu?
No, fucking Baldo, man.
Oh.
Baldo, you could tell that dude was just standing there or about to cut you down.
No, man, I never got my ass kicked by someone who was good with Baldo, because whenever I faced someone who was good with Baldo, I would basically, and this is why I like Soul Calibur 1, 2, and 3. They had the blade, the parry and clash system. So if they were trying to do a combo, I'd get that right time and clash their ass or parry them so that they go in the opposite direction, and then I'd start tearing their ass up, because they were most of them were button mashers. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, button masher.
You can't really button mash with Baldo. You have to really know how to use him, because Baldo's one of those characters. Once you know how to use him, he is so unpredictable.
Yeah, he is unpredictable, man.
He's like
freaking S&M freak.
He's like the drunken boxing of the other games.
I tell you who's
confused with you.
No. Don't you dare disrespect. The only game that had a proper drunken master fighter was Virtual
Fighter. Yeah, Virtual Fighter.
That bullshit drunken person in Tekken does not count.
No, I will say the old dude in Dead or Alive is kinda sorta close, but
no, but Virtual Fighter nailed it, man.
Nailed
it.
But you know who's also a good fighter from Soul Calibur. Although her range isn't that great, but her combos, and because of how easy it is to do her moves, Talon,
yeah, Talon.
Like her moves are so easy to do.
I like Talon, but like for me, playing as her, it was like, okay, you're a good character, but for some reason, I'm just not really enjoying playing as you. I like playing as Taki just because she's better looking to look at. To me,
I can't imagine why.
because Talon's like 14 years old, and I don't want to see a 14-year-old girl.
Oh, when I was playing Soul Calibur, I was 15, so it was all good at the time.
It wasn't. No, sorry. No, that ain't gonna work.
At the time when I was playing it, it was all good.
Well, even at the time when I was playing, I was like, no, that ain't gonna happen. But Taki, she was awesome. Astaroth, I wasn't like. I know a lot of people like using Astaroth, but for me, he was too damn slow for my tastes.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he was ridiculously strong. That's
but Astaroth, what I did like about him is that he had some moves that he was very, very slow. We know that, but he had more than a few moves that you would think it makes you think twice. You would hesitate. He'll start swinging, and you're like, I can get in there and interrupt that swing, and then you don't make it in time, and you pay what, and then you pay what half your life bar. You're like, fuck.
Yeah. So when he throws you in the air and then grabs you with the axe, it's like that was scary.
The one I'm talking about is like when it's like a 3-hit combo. He like hits you, he like jabs you with the axe, then like boots you, and then he does like one like really like medium swing, and he does this really big swing where he like puts it like all around his head, and you feel like, man, that attack is slow as shit. But when you finally decide that I'm gonna get in there and interrupt him, he smacks the shit out of you, and you're like, I just ended up across the fucking stage.
The worst one is when you think he's left himself open, you're running up to him, and he does that sweeping axe attack, the one where he sweeps the axe across the floor.
Yep.
And then there's the most gruesome move to look at was the one where he literally dug the axe in you and dragged you across the floor.
That was painful, but the one that always I was like, that's a very impressive attack, is like he hits you like 2 or 3 times, and then he grabs you and throws you up in the air, and it looks like he's about to hit you with his axe, but he grabs you by your feet and takes his axe, like grabs it near the haft, and he just smashes you like 3 or 4 times and throws you. Like, what the fuck, you big motherfucker?
Now, what we get to me is that, man, like this. One thing I didn't like about Soul Calibur is that after a while they started making doubles of a lot of characters. Like, why the hell you got Rock and Astaroth?
Well, Rock was there from the beginning.
I mean, no, that's I know.
Like, those are OG characters. Those aren't really doubles, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like, Sophidia and Cassandra are basically the same character with some minor differences. Yeah,
there's a major difference. Yeah, with Sophia and Cassandra, there's also a major difference in titty flaps.
Yeah, but that's about, they're basically like.
Yeah, I was 14 at the time. I was 15 at the time. It was a good enough reason for me.
I mean, you've got Siegfried and Nightmare. Siegfried and Nightmare are basically the same character, except the difference is that Nightmare's ultimate weapon is the ultimate Soul Calibur, which is that's a pretty badass looking weapon. But Siegfried, once he frees himself of Nightmare, gets the male Soul Calibur, which is, he gets the ultimate Soul Edge, whereas Siegfried gets the ultimate male Soul Calibur, which is pretty damn impressive. The thing looks like a massive, it's got wings and shit. It's awesome looking sword. But anyway.
But you know who's a deceivingly good character? Like, you wouldn't think about it, but then once you finally learn his moveset, you realize this character is actually badass. Not Yoshimitsu. Because Yoshimitsu's moveset is very similar to his moveset in Tekken.
Yeah, so he's got that helicopter thing going on.
Yeah, so none of that stuff was really surprising to me. It was obvious that Namco did that to kind of show some kind of homage between their 2 best fighting games.
Well, all I'm gonna say is this: Yoshimitsu, great character.
Yeah, brilliant character, no question about that. But to me, the character that on the surface, it looks like a very
joke character.
Well, I wouldn't say a joke, but it just looks like quite a boring character. But once you start to understand his combos and movesets and everything like that, you realize he's actually pretty badass, and that's Raphael.
I like Raphael. He's pretty cool.
Once you learn his moveset and his combos, he's got some pretty dope moves.
Now, Raphael's the dude with the he's the dude with the rapier, right? No, that's Leon.
No, that's Raphael.
Oh well, shit. Yeah. No. Yeah. If you know how to use Raphael, he's a fucking beast. Cause he's got that rapier, and he's got his speed is up there with Maxi, but he's got some reach too, so he doesn't have to get in as close. And
he's got more control than Maxi as well. Maxi, once you start hitting the buttons, he's just all over the place.
Well, I mean, Maxi's basically Bruce Lee, and you can never bet against Bruce Lee. But with those nunchucks, I mean, Maxi with the nunchucks is like.
The thing I liked about Raphael as well is that every time you do like a combo with him, he changes his stance.
Yep.
So it's like as soon as you're done with one combo, you've got like a whole entire new set of moves to pull off.
Yep. In that way, he was kind of like Mitsurugi, because like I said, Mitsurugi had some stances where it was like, like he had his half moon stance where he it was all designed for impalement and vertical attacks, and he has overhand stance which was like your classic down strikes, and then he had my personal favorite, that side stance where those horizontal attacks could like take off like a quarter, like a third, half of your health if you did it right.
But you know what shocked me with Raphael though? I mean, I always kind of had a feel. I always used to say to myself, because I thought Raphael was a good guy, and when I was playing the game, I used to say to myself, what if Raphael was evil? When I completed the arcade with him as a character, only to find out what the dude is actually evil.
Well, he's not actually evil. It's just like he's a dude who was put in some really bad circumstances, and he can't seem to get a handle on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. I don't know. He's just a pretty cool character. He's got that kind of Three Musketeers vibe to him.
Yeah. Plus, he got screwed over by. The dude got turned into a damn vampire. I mean, shit. What?
Well, that explains the whole evil thing.
Well, in Soul Calibur 3, he gets turned into a vampire. In Soul Calibur 2, he's just a really good.
Oh snap! There's a Pokemon tournament demo. I get to try the game before it comes out.
Yeah, man, you better download that shit.
I am downloading it right now.
What?
Yeah, demo.
Oh
Wait,
no!
what? Hold on,
Hell
wait a minute.
no!
There's a what?
Yeah,
Demo
we have to go ahead and cut this podcast short. What's up, Time Out Corner, man?
What's up?
The hell you been? I've invited you to every one of these damn things.
Andre!
I'm just not getting time to start going to these things.
What's up, man?
Nothing, shit,
Just, man, you gotta do another one of your. You gotta sit in the corner. So stupid.
God dang it.
Well, if it isn't my gaming tech cast MVP, gaming tech cast episode 2 MVP.
Oh yeah,
Is there really a Pokemon tournament demo out right now though?
I am downloading it right now.
Yeah, they put it on the eShop. You can download it.
Is it for all regions or just certain ones?
I think it's for all regions. Here, let me
Look
check.
right now, damn it.
I'm gonna go on Google and check. Pokemon
Can't
tournament
find it.
demo.
I mean, I'm getting it tomorrow, so. Well, hell, I may go pick it up tonight.
Yeah, I'm getting it tomorrow too. But whilst the demo is out now, why? I might as well just have some fun with it. Pokemon tournament, I'm on my way. I wanna be a hero.
No, it's only in Europe, I think.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch!
Man.
Well, I ain't
The hell that.
I mean, it's an unfortunate situation, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm not complaining. You know?
Thank you.
You know what, Double M? I got something to say. I mean, really, I get it, but you know what, man? Fuck you.
Look, man, it's
Damn
not his
it.
fault. You need to get mad at Europe. You need to get mad at what's it called? Europe.
Reggie.
Oh no, you need to get mad at the Europe, because you know why it is, because basically Pokemon's biggest market Pokemon's biggest market is in America, followed by Japan and then Europe. So Europe is their weakest market. So they're releasing the demo to build up support for that game in its weakest market.
Damn it. Want it?
I can't believe the game is only like 4.2 gigs.
Hey man, if you optimize the game for a system, you don't need all that space.
Yeah, I know. Splatoon
Unless
was what,
you're
like I
like
think 2 gigs?
one of those shitty third parties in the
No,
West that
no, you didn't.
here's a 50 gigabyte game. And it
No,
20,
no.
it needs a 20
I don't know, really
20.7 gig
cares.
patch to
No,
make it run.
Didn't
So
Shadow
it's a
Fox say
7.7
The
gig game.
hell? Right in my face.
But then Tropical Freeze
No.
said otherwise.
didn't Shadow Fox say like NBA 2K or something like that was like 90 gigs?
Man, I don't know, man. I don't have that game, so I was like, you know, man. But I know why it's 90 gigs because it's 2K. It's 2K textures for everything. They need that much space.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Some very, very trollish bastards in here tonight.
I'm not trolling. It's the truth.
We had somebody give a troll intro. Couldn't even wait till the podcast started.
Yep.
Kanoshi.
Yep.
And then we had someone bring up Hive Jump. Oh, man.
I wonder.
Yeah, it's great how Hive Drum isn't even gonna have the same shit that it's not gonna have the same shit that every other system has, because that's just great.
Boy,
Man, oh, man.
I ain't gonna lie, my mind's just focused on this demo right now.
You better not play it right here, right.
Man, he can do whatever the hell he wants. Look, listen, I'm
What?
gonna get that game. I'm not
You
getting
know
it now.
You know what? There.
I'm gonna get it maybe, you know,
Hell no.
There.
in the future.
I want to hear it.
You know
What's
what,
it?
Brownie, you took it too far. You had to mute that man.
Now you're taking it too far. You're taking it too far now.
Yeah, I just checked. It's not North America. They're saying, you know, I could download it to play midnight. It's like, no, I'm buying the physical copy. Thank you.
Yeah,
Now,
man.
hold on. You know what, though? I saw something interesting, and maybe I'm reading it wrong, or maybe they printed it wrong. I don't know why. But you know how initially they mentioned the whole Shadow Mewtwo thing, right?
Yep.
For the first run.
Yep.
I read something that says, like, you're only going to have access to them as long as the system is on. Like,
Well-
but after that first, like, power off, he won't be available anymore.
Well, actually, I think they're kind of wrong on that. Like, you can, like, even if you don't get the first initial run or get the physical thing, you can actually unlock him. He's an unlockable character. So,
No, I'm saying, but for those that get the card in there with the system,
well, yeah, that would make sense.
Limited.
Yeah, because he's an unlockable character. You can unlock him in the game. Like, I mean, I don't see what the,
No, I'm not mad, but I was just like, well, when they first announced it, it said the card is going to unlock Shadow Mewtwo. But then recently I saw this picture where it says the Shadow Mewtwo card is going to unlock him for like the first playthrough or something like that. But after you power the system off and I guess and power back on, even if you have that card, it won't unlock him.
I can understand it.
So it's like once you quit the game, it says something like once you quit the game, he's no longer available. I'm like, well, what's the point of giving me the damn card then? If I can unlock him normally, which of course I've been knowing that, but you say the first run is going to unlock him, then why would you make that unlock limited?
Man, I don't know. I don't think that could be the case. I think it could just be, something else. But whatever. Yeah.
It's for those people who want it now.
Yep.
Basically.
They don't want to, because remember back in the day when there were unlockable characters and that was it? You had to unlock the damn characters. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to play as Siegfried, you had to unlock him. If you wanted to play as Knight, if you wanted to play as Masquerade, you had to unlock him in Soul Calibur 2.
Do you think there's going to be any hint of Mario unlockable stuff in this game?
You might be able to use the Mario Amiibo for fire Pokemon to power him up a little bit. That's about it.
I don't think so.
Like, or if you, yeah, I mean, that'd be kind of interesting. Like, you playing as Charizard, you put your Mario Amiibo down, he gets powered up. What's up, Andre?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
How's it going, man?
What's going on, man?
Not too bad. I just got splatted in Splatoon a few times by DrFeelGood in one of the games.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
He has a thing about splatting
Running
other
around with
dudes.
that damn roller and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Neil,
got a thing about
hey,
splatting.
I got one thing to say. I got one thing to say. And this is, people need to hear this. Kneel before Lord Dynamo.
No, I got it once I saw the name. I was like, Gold Dynamite.
Jeez. Whilst I wait for this demo to download, I gotta listen to y'all bastards.
Are you talking about are you talking about Bravely Second?
Oh no.
Downloaded that.
No, man, he's downloading the Pokken tournament demo for Europe.
Oh,
yeah, they got the demo already.
Yep. No, they get the demo. Period.
Yeah, I was playing Bravely Second earlier. Wow.
Yeah.
I forgot the demo was 10 hours long.
It's twice as long as the Order 886.
Is it 10 hours of grinding, or is it 10 hours of grinding, or is it 10 hours long?
It's like its own little separate side quest.
Okay, so kind of like the first one was?
Yeah, it's its own little separate side. As a matter of fact, it's kind of the same principle, you know, like you got to go help these dudes out, but the benefits you get in that game actually help out the rest of the game.
This is sad. I'm like the best scorer on my team, and my team still sucks.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I hate to tell you this, but that's going to happen more times than you want it to happen.
Yeah, that's a problem.
In our game, I was the best scorer, and yet nobody on my team scored over 600 points.
And let me guess, you got some folks on your team that are probably like level 20 and 30.
They were horrible.
I have a question. I have a question for you guys.
Shoot, Fox.
Who here is going to watch the Enduo cast where he has people from the industry actually talk about some of the things he discussed in that?
I was watching it before I got in here.
I wasn't. I had some business.
I haven't watched it, so don't spoil it for me. Otherwise, I
haven't seen it yet either. I'm just saying, who's gonna go watch it?
I'm going to watch it. I planned on watching it.
I just ain't seen it yet.
I planned on watching it until Splatoon happened.
Yeah, that Splatoon should be categorized as a drug. It's really because you're like, just one more game. Okay, just until I reach the next level.
There's a Splatfest this weekend too.
Yep, but I won't be.
When is there not a Splatfest?
Man,
we say
there was one last weekend.
We say.
Here's the answer to that question: when Splatoon is over and done with.
Which at this point, since it's already sold 4 million copies, that would not be the case.
Because every time I think I'm gonna have a whole weekend and not doing anything, all of a sudden, Splatfest. I'm like, well, time to go. Time to prepare myself.
Splatoon is addictive, although there's another game that needs to be called a drug as well.
Mario
we have someone on this
Maker.
podcast who's totally addicted. We need to have an intervention for his ass one of these days.
I'm not playing Mario Maker.
Mario
right
Maker.
now.
Yeah, that's because you're trying to find another addiction to replace that.
He has a new addiction. His new addiction is broken games.
Oh my God.
Who is this?
That's not a good addiction.
Earlier he was banging hard as hell in Street Fighter V controller.
No, it was Kenoshi, man. Kenoshi's the one who's like, man, this Street Fighter V, it's mediocre.
I wouldn't say it's broken. I'd just say it's not really all that. It's not complete at all.
You're right. It's not all that. It's almost nothing.
It's mediocre. I remember when Shep said I played the entire single player in like 30 minutes. I was like everything? Yep, everything. I was like, damn.
That's way too fast.
Capcom effed up.
I hate to say this. I hate to say this, but I think the gameplay in the Order 886 is longer than Street Fighter V.
No. Yeah, it is. It's 5 hours. It's 5 hours long. I mean, Street Fighter V, you can beat all the single player in 30 minutes for the characters.
That game is so incomplete to me, man.
What the biggest problem is that they didn't give everybody a fully fleshed out story. Most of the characters are like really short stories.
Yeah, but my thing is like, okay, we've seen games that have incomplete content or that they're released incomplete or broken. But how the hell you have a game and you release a game that's broken in every aspect of the game? Like, first of all, you didn't give me all the characters, you didn't give me all the modes, you didn't give me all the story, you didn't really complete any one aspect of the game.
Man, don't be doing that, Neo, because as many times as we had to hear your damn Mario Maker in the background of your shit. Look, listen. Look, Don't be muting nobody around here.
Hey, this is Neo. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was. All I'm gonna say about Street Fighter V is this: that game was supposed to release in March 2017, and it shows. that game is like a premature baby. That game's like a premature baby. It's like, look, this thing needs some more time in the oven.
But didn't Sony publish it or something? So it's part of their fault too.
Well, Sony paid Dimps to port the game from the PC build over to the PS4 build, and that's why it's so damn mediocre. Because Dimps has like a C average on good ports. They did the Street Fighter 4 port, but they also ported Super Street Fighter 4 to the PS4, and that one was a piece of shit. So,
So who thinks that, and this is, I don't know, I'm just asking, I'm curious, but who thinks that Street Fighter V will be ported over to other consoles within the first couple of years?
Oh, well, they're not going to get their money back.
When that exclusivity runs out, it totally will.
The super hyper kick you in the balls Tenkaichi Street Fighter 5.
It's gonna be on everything but a Nintendo system.
On everything.
It's gonna be on everything but a Nintendo system.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. Guess what? They're gonna put that shit on an old Nintendo DS. and then they're gonna say, well, the 3DS just wasn't strong enough.
And yet you go for a lot.
And then they're gonna put a 480p version on the Wii, but not port it to the Wii U. Well, the fan base is there. There are 100 million Wii U's out there. I mean, Wii's, but not that many Wii U's. So we felt we made the best decision to port it to the Wii instead.
Well, I mean, they can put a good fighting game on the Wii. I mean, look what they did with
Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
Yeah, Tatsunoko versus
absolutely
Capcom.
brilliant.
And that's a good fighting game. So whatever.
Good. It's freaking brilliant.
It's good.
To me, out of the crossover games, it's the best one.
It's better than Street Fighter 4. I'll tell you that.
Oh damn!
Wait, you like it?
It is.
I don't know, Doc. I still prefer my Capcom versus SNK too.
That was good.
I mean, that's good, but
and my Marvel
Tatsunoko versus Capcom has the G-Force guy. It's got G-Force guy in it.
But to me, the most balanced crossover and the best one overall.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
No, the first one, Marvel vs. Capcom. Because 2, they nerfed all the combo characters.
Yeah, but they had to. It was over. Look, if you played as Spider-Man or Wolverine in the first game, they were so OP. It was.
They were OP because it still took quite a few combos to finish people off. But what I did like about the first one is that you didn't have unlimited crossover attacks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You couldn't spam that shit. Like in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and 3, you look at any competition, all they do is spam that shit over and over and over. It's like, dude, you're not even fighting as your normal character.
I'm just gonna say this real quick. There's one thing about Marvel vs. Capcom 2 I like.
The music. Yeah, the music. It has the best music.
Yeah, I don't like that music. That's the one. Like Capcom's sound department, in my opinion, was at their best in the from the early '90s up to like '96, '97, and then they started getting because that jazz just. I'm like, I've been playing Spider-Man games a long time, and that is not Spider-Man theme music. Sorry.
Hey, Third Strike has some damn good music though.
Not as good as Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
Man, Red Fox, you are addicted to Street Fighter 2, man.
I am.
And all you talk about is Guile. All you talk about is
Guile
Guile and Ken.
Look, listen. All I'm gonna say is this: Guile's theme music goes with everything. It goes with everything. I tell you,
I'm more of an alpha person, but whatever.
If you had diarrhea and you were in your car and you had to go up 3 flights of steps to make it to your apartment to go to the bathroom, and you played that theme music, it would become an epic struggle. Dun, 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 dun.
That is
And then don't let you get to the door.
Well, yeah.
Don't let you get to the door and drop your keys. Dun, 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 no! Dun, 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 dun.
These are sick.
Look, I didn't say you didn't do your epic struggle. I'm just saying that would be awesome music to fight that struggle with.
Dirty.
Look,
that would make it a dirty epic struggle.
you are a bunch of crass bastards.
Or how about this? GVGI and you? How about this? You got your youngest, and they need a new diaper, but you're in a strain, and the last one's like several rooms away, and you gotta please don't have an accident while I go get this diaper. Yeah, man, it's an epic struggle. It's an epic struggle, but that music makes it sound more epic.
That music would make that moment probably seem like it's fun.
Not really.
Hell, man.
That would make it bearable. And if you manage to pull it off, you'd be like, hell, I am Colonel Gal, bitches.
Guys.
Okay, now, Riff-Osh, do not turn this into a bullshit buster. Okay?
No, there was no BS busted. I'm just simply saying that
You're talking about shit. So yes, you
No.
shit.
Bullshit is about busting BS concepts that people. I'll give an example. I recently had a dude say that Nintendo is irrelevant. I'm like, then why are we talking about what the NX is going to be?
Did he respond? I'm pretty sure he didn't.
No. Well, he just said, well, they lost all these customers. I'm like, yeah, but why is it okay? No one gives a shit about what Atari's doing because they're irrelevant. No one gives a shit about Radio Shack is doing because they're irrelevant. But why are we talking? Why are people releasing false rumors, speculating about a relevant company? That makes no sense.
Yep.
Makes no whatsoever. Perfect analogy.
It makes no sense.
Dr. Feelgood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you be opposed to me gracing this podcast with a bit of spoken word? Switch it up a little bit.
Go ahead. We can go ahead and end on that note.
Huh?
We can go ahead and end on that note. Well, first, let's do the sign-offs, and then you can end on the spoken word.
Okay, I didn't know you was ending the podcast right now.
Well, I didn't want to, keep dragging out the sad shit, such as PlayStation VR being innovative and Hive Jump having no online play. It was.
Oh, you mean how PlayStation VR is actually $600?
Yeah.
They lied to you about what you need.
Sony lied? You telling me Sony lied?
It's not 400.
I'm not surprised.
Don't you need the PlayStation Eye and Move to use it?
I just gotta say this.
And if you don't own those, don't you have to buy them?
Wait, hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
It's not $400 anymore?
Just from knowing that, we already know what the launch game for one of the launch games is good for the system is going to be, and it's going to amaze everyone when they turn it on. Because you know what, it's going to amaze everyone when they turn it on. Like it's going to be like massive damage and no more crabs. Like guess what it's going to be like?
$599.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what's going to be on the launch games? It's Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer.
I was actually thinking they're going to have something like Mario Paint.
Well, they already do have something called Mario Paint. It's that Dreams shit that's basically, it's all just like Mario Paint type stuff. They're like, you can create your own music. You can create your own games. I'm like, this is fucking Mario Paint.
Yeah, but with no more crabs. Massive
no more
damage.
giant flies to swat.
Well, think
Massive
about it. If
damage.
you can create your own games, that means Sony will have more exclusives.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you know what people are gonna do? People are gonna use this shit to create a whole bunch of Super Nintendo shit, Nintendo shit. It's like, this is my version of Zelda. This is my look. This isn't the first level from Super Mario Brothers. No, it's not. Even though it's built exactly like it. Nothing nice.
Yet Nintendo is irrelevant.
Who the hell?
Yeah, but
Who the hell buying
You're
gear?
absolutely right.
Who the hell buying gear on Splatoon? I know that music.
Who you think buying gear?
Oh, I didn't know.
Like I'm buying
this
gear.
guy just
I'm a
sniffs Splatoon out, man. What the hell?
Well, you know what? Since you got so much shit to talk, I see you on the turf, bastard.
Who you talking to me?
I'm gonna drown your ass.
Oh, he's talking to me. I'm gonna run.
I'm talking to Double M.
Oh, he's talking. Okay.
You
Because if you see me, I'm running like hell.
You know,
I ain't
yeah,
saying-
this dude gets excited because he gets a couple more kills than me in the match. All
Okay,
of a
you
sudden he gets
know what, guys?
aggressive.
This is the
Sounds
bump
like a
he's
challenge.
talking about. This is the bump he's talking about. He can meet me on the turf right now after this podcast is over. And I got a little video that I made months back about me versus him. And I can tell you, the doctor, did way better than the disciple. He actually taught him something.
I know. I wouldn't go as far as way better.
Yeah, way better. Way better.
He did better, but I still got a good number
Well,
of shots.
man? You know what, man? Pick up your super soaker and come the hell on. I'm waiting.
Huh?
I'm waiting. Stop talking your shit. Get on the game.
Who's talking shit? You're the one talking smack right now, bro.
I talk smack because I am Lord Dynamo, bitch.
I gave my modest and honest view of the situation, and you then want to talk smack. Next time I pop shots at you, I don't care if you shoot me 5 times. Just know that I pop shots at you, bitch.
You know what, people?
Even if I strike out, I look good when I strike out.
Now, how you look good when you post on the floor?
Huh?
Yeah.
Very funny.
Anyway, we'll go ahead and
Let's hope
right
that
here.
let's
So
hope
I can go ahead and
Dynamo
teach
can
this.
protect you from. Let's hope that Dynamo can protect you from bullets.
We'll see, buddy. We'll see in a few minutes.
Nah. In a few minutes, I'm going to be playing that poker tournament demo that you don't have.
So you talking all that? So you talking all that shit? You ain't gonna step up?
No one there's poker tournament to play.
Oh, it's still download, so you can play until it finishes downloading.
Oh no, it's finished downloading. It's finished downloading.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, people, I thank you guys for tuning in to the OGL podcast number 9. And
can't believe we've done 9 already.
Hold on. We're not gonna do our outros?
Yeah. I'm gonna start out with Andre.
Well, firstly, I'd like to apologize for being so late. I was trying to get in, but my mic didn't want to work half the time, and I finally fixed it. So then it decided to actually work. So, and I was playing Splatoon the whole time I was trying to get it fixed.
Do you have anything you want to promote? Any videos you got coming up?
Well, I got my 2 series that are continuing, game ideas that will work for the Wii U, and Why You Know Game.
And
the Gamer Idea Foundry finally came back last weekend, so you go check that out at my channel.
Say, Andre, speaking about that Why You Know game, for some reason, there's a certain song that popped into my head, and I would like to sing it for you. And hopefully, you guys better not laugh until I'm actually done with it. But
Oh, great.
All right, everybody, mute your mics.
but here it goes. Why? Who? Yeah. Why you know gamer? Absolutely nothing. Think it through. Why? Why not, y'all? Why you know a gamer? Think of some new ways. Good gosh, y'all.
Thanks for murdering Edward C. Starr's war song. Thank you. I would like to take out a warrant on the film for murdering a war song.
That was good.
Well, next up we got Brownie.
Wait,
Brownie dropped.
Really?
Yeah, go Brownie.
Well, it's been fun and crazy, I guess. And yeah, I got nothing.
Are you gonna keep your promise about eating crow if you pick up Hive Jump and you like it?
I'm a man of my word. Yes.
All right, I expect you to eat that. I expect you to eat that special brownie, man.
That salty brownie.
That special brownie. I'm not gonna say what's in it, but it's special.
Well,
No, I make it. I make it.
I say, yeah, don't trust him.
You don't need to make
because
anything.
if movies have taught me anything, people can put some very nasty things in chocolate.
Shut up! Shut up! All right,
Reference the Help.
Oh my God!
Go ahead, Kenoshi.
This is Kenoshi Abominino
What happened?
saying if you're going to throw stones at glass houses, make sure you're not living in one.
And Red Fox.
Yeah, it's me, Mr. Red Fox. I joined this really late because some business came up. I had to tend to it, and it got tended to. So.
Wow. Well, was this business or business?
This was business, not business.
Well, you said like I had to tend to it, so I tended to it.
I had to tend to that business, man. I don't know, man. Trying to get paid.
I know, hey man, handle your business.
Trying to get paid, but we aren't talking about that. Basically, I got two things to pimp out.
Yeah, go ahead, pimp it out.
I got two things to pimp out. I'm gonna have them down on the street, walk in the corner. The first one is at 4:00 this Saturday. I'll be doing a podcast, like a hour-long podcast called "Books That Changed My Life." I was gonna do it last week, but shit came up. Sorry. And then Sunday at the same bat time, same bat place, 4:00 Eastern Standard Time. I'll be doing a BS Buster, talking about some really important shit that people don't want to talk about because they're afraid to talk about the truth, but I ain't afraid to tell you the truth because I ain't doing this shit for subs. I ain't doing this shit for money. I'm gonna lay it down. I'm gonna lay it down, and ain't nobody gonna stop me. It's called Sony's Virtual Boy because we got to talk about Sony's Virtual Boy. We got to talk about it.
No, Mr. Red Fox. It's the PlayStation 32X Virtual Boy Edition.
It's the Virtual Boy. And, it's going to sell better than the Virtual Boy because Sony fans really love, like, everyone's jumping on the VR bandwagon, but I'm going to tell you where, I'm going to lay it down where this shit's going to go.
And next we got Timeout Corner.
Yep, it's Timeout Corner. I was late, but I have a very special, a very special guest for the guy who just sang us a song. I reserved a spot in the corner just for you. But, no, man, I came in a little late. Just came in late. Actually, I didn't even see that message until like 7-something. I guess I had to go to my Google Plus account to see it. But
I'm still laughing at that statement you made when we brought up the Sony VR price, and your first response was, "You mean to tell me Sony lied?"
You left the unseen word at the end of that. Again? Again?
Yeah, hey, Sony, they be deceiving people. Hey, I got a matter of fact, I'm posting a video up about, it ain't really about gaming, but it's about companies, being lying to consumers and stuff. But anyways, yeah, Sony be slick sometimes. They be slick. I don't know if they're crazy fans. They know it, but they just accept it. They accept it. But sorry guys, I'm watching the game here.
What the hell?
Oh, come on now.
All right, next is Triple M.
All right. Before I do my sign out or plug someone else, for some reason, the whole incident that happened that last podcast, and even though there was just 2 scenarios being thrown out, but now I got a third one in my mind, which is much more accurate to what what Dr. Feelgood was putting out the scenario, and it goes like you pay the prostitute doing
hell.
No, hold on. Complaining she doesn't feel as good while doing her, but by that logic, I think you'd stop. But you're still banging her afterwards.
Watch out for that burn.
Burns when I eat.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god!
And with that, the podcast is over. No.
last but not least, damn you. Last but not least, we got Double M with his whatever he has to promote and his spoken word. Lay down the lyrics, man. Hey, you bastard! You better not be asleep.
No, I was playing the demo.
I think
One second.
Oh, you skipped me, but
Yeah, because
you
you too scared to go that down Splatoon, so I understand.
you skipped me, by the way. That's all good.
Oh, well, go. I'm sorry.
Let's
Go
see
ahead,
how
because
it is.
we'll do the spoken word last. But go ahead. I'm sorry, man. You know,
Alright,
I
Neil,
didn't notice. You know,
here and,
I didn't hear the banging on the Street Fighter sticks. You know, sorry.
No, because before Neil played a game here, and pretty much, Doc, I have a let's see, I have a maiden call for you.
Oh God.
Let's do it.
All right. I'm gonna fuck you up.
He's like, "Oh, gentlemen, I believe this is my dance. I believe
And I'm gonna gain cap all this shit in 60 frames per second.
1080p.
I'm game capping too. God damn it!
Are you gonna put it 1080p 60 frames per second, even though that game is 720p?
No,
like certain
I only do 720p. 60
orange juice.
Red, don't. Double M, go before you got to get out of control.
Bro, I just done a count if I'm sick. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna do this. This is something I wrote some years ago actually, and I did it to be kind of like, I did it to be funny but a little bit realistic at the same time. So it's got a nice little punchline at the end. It's called Train Station. In a rush.
Well, Neo should love this.
In a rush, and I hope I don't miss this train because it's very special for me. Well, not the train nor the source of the destination, but the face behind the window as I pull up at the station. So I run and I run, gasping on the platform as the time says 18:03, and the next train is at 18:17, and they come every 15 minutes. So 18:02 is when the last one had to leave, and I thought I missed the one she was on, but then she told me be on the platform for 18:15. So I waited as time passed me by, as thoughts of happiness ran through my mind, as the smile across my face and the glow within my eyes started to brighten up as the train was passing by, only to realize that every carriage that I checked and every window that I peered to see her face before I board, that on this train she wasn't there, and I thought maybe she missed this. And I thought maybe she missed this train, and the next, and the next. So I waited and I waited, as my lips were too tired to flex and hold a smile, as happy thoughts turned to worries, as the glow in my eyes began to dim, as the setting sun causes night to begin. So here I am, at the platform, almost bored to death, as every passing moment I feel a slower beat in my chest. And the only thing keeping me going is a chance to see her again. And the only thing keeping me staying are the thoughts in my mind that repeat and rewind and say, don't you dare go nowhere. She'll see me there. Have faith, don't despair. When the next train comes, don't worry, she'll be there. But it's 5 past midnight, and the last train comes at 17 minutes past. So 12 minutes of sadness, 720 seconds to be driven to madness, 1/5 of an hour of anger and rage as my patience wears thin and thoughts in my mind go from positive to negative, till the negative is a positive reaction for me to leave and go home instead of enduring these hours in the cold all alone. But with one last bit of hope, as the last train arrives, I pray this is the moment she is by my side. But once again it's hopeless, although I hoped for nothing less than to be here on time so that she could be mine. But I was left waiting in vain till it drove me insane, till my emotions are buzzing as my phone starts buzzing, and to my surprise a message from her saying, sorry babe, I hope you ain't waiting, cause in the end I got a lift. And in the end, the only thing I thought in my mind was, you bitch.
I knew that was coming.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
That was very well done, sir. That was very well done. I'll give it
Very
snaps.
nice.
I'll give it double snaps.
Check this battle out, people.
This dude's the real deal. This
Hey,
dude's the real deal.
I got a question for you. I got a question. Were you the Sony fan of Waiting Greatness?
Oh, and on that note, folks, we are getting the fuck out of here.
That was brilliant. That was perfect.